I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why I'm down, yeah. No friends of mine around, yeah.
Okay guys, so I have had the iOS 14 update for a little while now, and as you guys can see, the only widget that I have on here is the weather app, because I feel like that's really the only one as of right now I'm going to use. I use my iPad pretty much for the majority of like my time blocking and to-do lists now, but when I was in college, having the reminders app as a widget would have been so amazing, so I would definitely recommend that if you really like to use the reminders app. I also really love that you can pin conversations, so I'm gonna like block everything off, but I have Ricky pinned at the top and then all the rest of them down here like normal, and so I really like that. Another huge thing that I have liked from the get-go is you can search emojis. I haven't done it much yet, so I'm kind of gonna have to figure out keywords for each one, but it's gonna be so helpful. I feel like there's always emojis that I'm looking for and it takes forever and I never know where to go, and so it is definitely going to be helpful being able to search emojis. I think that I knew that that was going to be coming with this update, but for some reason when I saw it I was like shocked because I must have forgot. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far, so I will update you guys later when I have more to talk about. Hello guys, it is yet another day of me having the iOS 14 update, and one of my favorite things so far is the compact calls. I absolutely love that when I get a call and I'm using my phone, it doesn't just pop up the whole screen, because one problem I always used to have was when I would be doing something and if I was like clicking buttons on the bottom of the screen, like if I was typing, I would either accidentally accept or decline calls all the time, and it was so annoying. So I really love the compact calls. I also really like the picture-in-picture FaceTime. I think that that's a really great feature. I was on FaceTime with my boyfriend yesterday and it was so nice to be able to like go down and be on my phone while he was still there and could still see me. I think it's also really convenient because I feel like a lot of times when I'm on FaceTime, I'll like need to do something or whatever, and just not having to be paused is really nice. So I definitely like it so far. It's honestly not crazy. Like, I don't remember if you guys would remember the last iPhone update. I don't even know when the last big one was, but the last big update when it's like turned totally different. It's not like insane, like everything's different. You guys could probably see in my other video that there are quite a few big changes. The widgets are really nice and like the compact calls and everything that I've mentioned, but it's not like you have to kind of relearn the system, if that makes sense. So yeah. Hello guys, I am back and have brown hair, which I'm pretty sure is new since the last time I updated you guys. So just wanted to get that elephant out of the way. But another update. So I've had the iOS 14 for quite a few days now, and I noticed something else that I didn't see in the description on Apple's page. So I will try to show you on Snapchat. So there is now a blue, or not blue, what am I saying, blue? A green little dot right there that comes up every single time that your camera is being used. So like right now I'm in Snapchat. If I go on my camera or if I'm FaceTiming somebody or literally just anytime your camera is in use. So I thought that that was really cool. I know that privacy is like a big thing nowadays with having cameras literally everywhere. Like I have one on my iPad, my computer, my phone, all just sitting in front of me. And so although I know some people believe like conspiracy theories, and I'm not here to say if they're wrong or right, I honestly like don't know with the whole like being watched thing. I do like to have the little covers just to be safe, but I do think that if this is accurate, it's a really nice feature to have. Or just even not if you're worried about like your camera being on, just simply like seeing that the camera is in use. So I don't know, I thought that that was kind of cool, and noticed that that was not in the update description on Apple, so I wanted to mention that as well. I don't know if I've mentioned this already. If I have, I'll cut this part out, but I thought that it was also cool that Translate is now an app. So I feel like just in this day and age, that's a really cool feature to have on an iPhone, and I haven't really played around with it yet, so I'll have to update you guys later when I do that. I really have been been enjoying everything so far. All right, everybody, we are back with the final conclusion of how I am liking the iOS 14 update. So I did want to reiterate that right now I just have the beta of it and I have really enjoyed it, as you guys might have been able to tell, but we are going to come to the final conclusion on how much of the hype should be there, how much of the hype is worth it, and what I think about it overall. Because in my last video about the update, I laid out all the details of it, and now I've actually been able to test it out. It's about a week, I think, since I got it, and I have taken notes throughout the last few days that I've had it about what I like, what I don't like, different things. So we are here for the final conclusion. Also, I am filming this the same day that I am filming my Apple Watch video, so I'm also in the same shirt. I do wash my clothes, I'm just filming this at the same time. So let's get into it. The first few things that I mentioned in my iOS 14 update video that I really like is the pinning of conversations. I really like this feature. I think that it's really nice because like I constantly text my boyfriend Ricky, probably most often out of everybody. We're not texting like every second of every day, but he's the person that I text most often. So like if I'm texting a bunch of people for something and he kind of slides down and I have to scroll and then try to find it, it's really nice just to have him right at the top. One thing that I don't love about the pinning conversations feature is that when you are looking at it, it doesn't show you a preview of the last thing that you've said. And if you are like me and you are a horrible texter, sometimes I will forget to respond. So I like being able to see the preview of the last message that has been opened, whether I sent it or whether he sent it, so that I can see if he responded or if I responded or just what the last message said, because sometimes I will open his text and forget to respond, but now when it's pinned I have to actually click into it, which I don't love, but I do like the convenience of it. So the next feature that I feel like everybody is going to rave about once they get the hang of the right search words to type is searching emojis. Being able to type in the keywords of the emojis is so nice, because I feel like there's 1,000,002 times where I'm searching the emoji and I'm scrolling through and it takes 1,000,000 years to find it. Sometimes I can never find it even though I know it's there, because I can't memorize where every single one of the 1,000,000 emojis is. But I know that you could like type in the word and then it pull up sometimes, but sometimes that didn't work for me. So I do really like being able to search emojis. I feel like that is going to be huge. So another thing, like I mentioned before, I do really like being able to have widgets. I really like the weather one because just at a glance I can see that. I mentioned earlier that if you really use your reminders, which I used to until I got my iPad and started writing things down, but if you're not working from home like I am, where I can have my iPad sitting in front of me all day, if you're more on the go, I in college would have loved to have the reminders app or the calendar app as a widget, because then I wouldn't have to constantly be opening it. So that is really nice. There is a new Siri, and I think that I don't really know that there's much difference with it because I don't use Siri all that often. I tried to test it out and it doesn't seem like that big of a difference, but I do really think that like it's much more clean looking, and simple little things like that are what make Apple products great. What size are beluga whales? So yeah, it's pretty much the same. I wanted to check to make sure because I couldn't remember from last time I did it. It's pretty much the same process, but the little thing at the bottom is cool. Compact calls, I love this so much. I used to hate, I know I said this before, but when you're typing a text and somebody calls you and you're typing away, ranting to somebody about something, and then you accidentally either hit accept or decline before you can even see who's calling you because you're just typing away and both of the things come up at the bottom by the keyboard and it's a hot mess. That was so many words. I really like having the compact calls just come up on the top. I think it's so nice and seamless and it makes life so much easier. So that is definitely one of my favorite things about this new update. Another thing kind of similar, I do really enjoy the picture-in-picture FaceTime. When I first started using it, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. It's great. You can just you know, have the picture in there and be working on your phone and they could still see you or whatever. But I did start to annoy me a little because it would get in my way. But then I realized that you can swipe it over and it does make it actually pause, how a normal FaceTime before the update would happen. Like when you click off of it and it pauses you for the other person, you can still swipe over and it will still do that, which I think is nice, because sometimes, even though I do really like the picture-in-picture option, if I'm trying to do something, the picture of the FaceTime call will get in the way. So I like having it be able to like move over. Again, translate, I have not really used this because I honestly haven't really left my house and I haven't been in a situation where I really needed to use it, but I do think that it is an awesome app, an awesome feature to have. I think that it's really cool that Apple implemented it, because within this day and age, this should have been something that came a long time ago, because we have people from all over, people travel all over now, maybe not right this second, but normally without COVID, people are traveling, and if I went to a foreign country, I would love to be able to use that. If I, even in my hometown, came in contact with somebody that I might not be able to understand, I think that it's a great tool to have and will just make life a lot easier. And I don't know, I just really think that that is cool. And then one other last thing, I'm going to stop ranting and raving about this update, but one last thing that I actually did not see on the Apple page that I think is really cool. Did I mention this before? I think I mentioned this before. I don't know. Anyways, even if I did, I think that it's really cool. There is a little green circle that shows whenever your camera is being used. I actually do think I mentioned this before. Sorry, I'm reiterating. But I think that that's really cool to have, because whether you think the FBI is staring at you or not, I just think that it's nice to know like when your camera's running. So there's a tiny little green circle that shows whenever your camera is on. I don't know really what purpose that serves, because I feel like if your camera's on, you would know, because you'd be on like Snapchat or the camera or FaceTime or something. But I think that it's a cool little thing that they added, kind of like how the camera has a record button. Overall, that is my conclusion on the iOS 14 update. I do really think that it's nice, but final conclusion, I have to say it's not life-changing. I think that some of the features like the widgets and the picture-in-picture FaceTime and compact calls, searching emojis, oh, now I sound like I'm obsessed with it. I am, but I'm not. I don't know. Does that make sense? It's just really nice little features to have, but it's not like the world would end if we didn't have them. So I think that these are just nice little things that this is how Apple products, I feel like, came to be all the hype that they are, is just little upgrades like this is what took it from this to this. So I think that they definitely were nice, necessary, great to have, but I feel like people are hearing, oh my gosh, the iOS 14 update, the iOS 14 update, the iOS 14 update. It's really nice, like I've said, but it's not gonna change the world. So that is the overall conclusion. Like I said, I really do enjoy it. I would definitely recommend updating your phone as soon as possible. Whenever you get the update, I think that the features are really nice to have. But I will leave you guys with that. I have been rambling and rambling and rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Baby, 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 you driving me wild, you driving me so crazy. Got me acting out, got me trying to stay sober. Wanted your love and I'm out here hungover. You made me wanna take you to London, Paris, make some times with you.